I know it probably feels like I've made a bunch of these lens videos about the Canon 90D, but I haven't made one specifically talking about which lenses I would recommend if you just got the camera. It would be impossible for me to try to list them all. I have the list on my blog, check them out, but I want to give you some basic recommendations and some rules of thumb that will help you. Probably the best tool that I can give you is to invite you to come to the Canon 90D group. If you have a particular lens that you're interested in, and it's mixed results on my list, go to the Facebook group, take a look at the images. You can search by lenses sometimes, see what results people are getting. Obviously, Facebook compresses it a little bit, but that will give you a really good hands-on look at multiple examples of different copies of the lens, so you can kind of get a ballpark idea in terms of what's working. What we have been seeing with the 90D's resolution, it's very, very tight pixel density, so the lenses have to be pretty dang sharp. On the low performing end, it's mostly older lenses that are zooms. On the high performing end, it's mostly newer lenses that are primes. Now, that's not to say that you could have primes that don't work and zooms that do work. Most prime lenses are going to be enough, and something you should definitely know is that if you don't like it wide open, you can always stop the lens down a little bit and it will improve the sharpness. The problem with the 90D is it has a diffraction limited aperture of 5.2. Lenses tend to get really sharp around f8. And so if you're trying to maximize lens sharpness, I would recommend trying to stay between f5 and f8 or f9. So there's a really important note I have to make on this, in that Canon includes lens profiles into their camera bodies. And there is a new profile that I hadn't seen before in the 90D that refers to diffraction. Now, picture profiles only apply to JPEGs in the preview that you see on the back of your camera. They do not apply to RAW, but that tells me Canon is aware of the diffraction problems with the 90D, and it's trying to make the adjustment to the lenses. That's why it's in the profile. So the message I'm trying to give you is there is an advantage to having Canon lenses that have those picture profiles built into them, especially if you are shooting JPEG. So Canons have a huge advantage. In the vast majority of the non-Canon lenses that have been performing really well are the Sigma lenses. So let me give you a couple recommendations if you're just getting started. If you are shooting wide angle, go with the 10-18. It's a zoom lens. It's not the sharpest, but it is the best lens for the job because it's 10 millimeters. It has the lens profiles. You can stop it down. It is designed to work great with Canon's dual pixel autofocus. So if you're shooting, if you need general purpose wide angle, if you're shooting video, that's the lens I'm recommending, not the 10-22, the EFS zoom that's been around for a long time. We've had a few people try it out. They were not happy with it. Most of the kit lenses that we've seen, including the 18-55, the 55-250, the 70-300, the 18-135, we've seen a lot of great images taken with them. So I think you're going to be happy with those newer versions of the kit lenses. The nifty 50 millimeter 1.8, the newest version has been great. We've seen tons of excellent examples. When we get into a general purpose type of lens, we've seen mixed results from the Sigma 50 2.8. I've seen some really good images and I've seen some softer images with that. The Tamron 24-70 2.8, again, I've seen some mixed images. The lens that I use is the 24-70 2.8 version 2. It's been fantastic. The version 1 of the 24-105 has not been the greatest. The newer version is better. When we're talking about sports and wildlife, the number one is the Canon 100-400 version 2. We've seen lots of images with the teleconverter, the 1.4. If I had my pick of sport shooting lenses, that would be the one I would go with. We have also seen many great and incredible shots from the Sigma 150-600, both the contemporary and the standard version of that lens. Maybe it gets a little bit softer on the far end, but I've seen some spectacular shots from it. The Tamron Super Zooms, I'm not really recommending. The 18-270, definitely not. There's an 18-400 that has been doing pretty well. If you're looking for more of like a general purpose shooter, I would probably still recommend the 18-135 Canon kit lens. The Sigma 18-35 1.8, it's been a great lens for some users in terms of landscape shooting. It's a very sharp lens for a zoom. Canon's 15-85 is also great. I think if you're really in doubt, outside of the 100-400, the primes are going to be probably the safest bet, or one of the lenses that I listed. I know that is not an exhaustive list. There are probably hundreds of lenses that we could put on the list, yes or no. I'm slowly trying to build it. I will put that link in the description. If there's a lens that's not on there, let me know whether you had a good result or a bad result with it, and I'll put it on the list as well. In any event, I hope that video answers your question. What are the best lenses for the Canon 90D, at least at the time of this recording? Let me know what questions you have about your camera. If you're struggling to learn, check out one of my tutorials. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.